Hi friends, this is Kathy with Creative Cutter Room. I'm here to show you a pop-up card that's kind of a new idea that I saw on the internet and I wanted to share with you. So this is the actual card. Let me move this background piece. And as you can see, there's a hole cut out right there. So that is where a flower or a three-dimensional item of some sort will pop up through the card. The reason this is so cool is because of the way that it opens. So when you open this piece here will be glued to that, and the card will actually pop up like so. So it'll sort of make a three corner card, and when you fold it in, it will fly flat. So let me just glue this panel. I'm going to show you the steps to make the card in this video, and then I'm going to share a part 2 where I show you how I decorate it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you that the card will look like this when you're finished. You will fold it up and you will fold this as a triangle. And don't worry, I'll have the step-by-step here in just a second. Once you do that, let me get that stuck real fast. Once you do that, that card will pop down like so. Make sure that's in the camera. Pop down like so, and then pop closed flat. Do you see how that worked? So it'll pop down like this, so that you can have your pop-up flower. It'll look like it's sitting up. So if you can imagine something 3D coming up like this off of the paper. Actually, let me see if I can show you with the flower. This won't be the flower we're actually going to do, but I just want to show you the idea of it. My tape runner's out. Okay, I'm just going to put a little piece of tape because this isn't actually the flower. So you can imagine that sitting there. When it closes, it will actually pop through the 3D. This is why I tell you this isn't the flower, because I'm actually going to create one from my punches that will sit through the card like this. So it's a pretty cool concept, and like I said, I saw this on was it Pinterest? No, I saw this on YouTube, and I just had to share it with you. They didn't provide any measurements or how to do it. They just showed a video of it opening and closing, and of course I had to figure that out for all of you. So creative cutter friends, let's start cutting. I'm going to set that aside. I've grabbed a 12 by 12 piece, but you can certainly do an 8.5 by 11. And you're going to get your paper trimmer, and you're going to trim this down to 8 by 8. So I'm just going to go here and do a straight cut, 8. And I'm going to turn it and do 8 inches. And this is a 4 by 4 card. So you'll have a good piece of cardstock left for other cards. And you can do the same idea in a smaller size. You could probably make a 2 by 2 card that would be really adorable. I'm going to get my score tool here, and I'm going to score it 4. Now, if you're using double-sided like basil paper, you want the textured side to the outside and the smooth side to the inside. If your cardstock doesn't have a textured side, then don't worry about it. So there's the 4-inch, and then you're going to rotate it, and you're going to do 4-inch the other way. So far, you're just making a card that's a 4 by 4. Okay? Now the tricky part comes with the die cutting of the circle. You have to do that before you mess with any of the opening, with any of the mechanism to make that pop up. So do you see how I made that 4 by 4? Okay, so the way that this is going to work, this is going to have to fold like so. So just make sure that you've got your creases in. Once you've got them in for the initial score, make sure you have the creases in for how the card will close. That's important because you need it to lay flat when you actually do the finished card. Okay, so the card will open like so, and you need the opening, see this, up at the top. Okay, once you know that this is the piece, this corner right here has to have the opening. So let me show you how you figure that out. When you open the card, you can mark it with a pencil if that helps you. It's the top left corner. And what you want to do is get your die cut, or if you have a circle punch you want to use, that will work also. A circle punch is easiest, but I want to use my die cut from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to tape that to the outside because it has a stitched edge. I want to tape that to the outside. Now you can't run it through your Cuttlebug this way, because it'll cut through both pieces. You could put a shim there, and that would be one way to stop it, but the other way is to run it, fold it back over itself. So what, did you see that? This is the inside of the card, this is the outside of the card. I'm going to stick my circle where I need it to the top left panel on the back side. I'm going to close it so that it's on the right side, and I'm going to put the left side over top of it. So basically you folded it over inside out. Now again, if you have a Stampin' Up! Circle punch or any kind of a circle punch you want to use, you can skip this part, okay? But I'm going to get my A plate for I'm going to run it through my Cuttlebug. My A plate, my C plate, I'm going to put this down with the die facing the mat, and then my B plate over top, okay? So you're going to run that through the Cuttlebug. Once you do that, get this unfolded again. So you've run it through so it cuts like this. Now don't worry if this side is a little bit indented, that's okay. You'll have this side with the opening and you'll have your stitched edge out of there. You're going to put this side on the top like so, and then this side's going to come up to meet it. Now in order to get this mechanism to work right here, you have to do a diagonal fold. So how you do that is you take your ruler, and I'm using my Tim Holtz, and I'm going to start it at the top of that point here, and I'm going to end at this peak here. Now I'm going to just lay my ruler, and you notice I'm using the back side because there's a little metal strip there, and I'm just going to give it a nice crease so I know where that card's going to fold with my bone folder. Then I'm going to run my bone folder on the back side and give it a nice crease this way. Once you do that, you can see you have a good valley of a fold, and that is actually how it's going to fold. You're going to fold that over on itself, and then this side, so you wind up with something that looks like that. This side will have your adhesive, okay? So do you want to see that again? This is the front, back side, okay? I'm going to take the top right has the opening, the bottom right will have the diagonal line. So you're going to just line up your points, score it, fold it up so that it scores nice and strong, and then you're going to fold this up, and then you're going to make a point here and add your adhesive, okay? Once you're at that point, I have some adhesive there that you saw me add. You are going to glue that down so that it makes a complete square. That triangle completes that square right there. And now you have your finished card. That mechanism will allow it to pop flat when you go to close it. So whatever 3D image you want to poke through there will only poke up when it's closed. And when you open it, now that's going to stay stuck. This will fold down. Now once you have your really good adhesive, I just have some temporary so that I can show you this, but this will come down automatically and your 3D image will be right there. So ask me any questions in the comments section. Leave me any comments about the project. As I stated, I will finish the card and share the finished project on Facebook. And I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on this 3D 4x4 card. Thanks for stopping by the Creative Cutter Room. Hope you have fun cutting, punching, and scoring your way to a fun card. Bye-bye.